How big a moment is this for your company?
First, Ed, thank you so much. Good morning. Wonderful to be with you. This is a huge moment. The Joby team has been working really, really hard, and we've been flying prototypes of our aircraft since 2017, full-scale prototypes. But this is the first time that an aircraft that's come off our pilot manufacturing line has received certification from the FAA to begin flight test. And this is a pivotal moment. As you can see, I'm standing here at our pilot manufacturing line. And not only do we have the first one coming off the line, but we've got multiple coming along behind us.
Okay, so give me some numbers. How many do you think you will build in the remainder of 2023, and how many in 2024?
So we're still in the crawl phase of this journey. This pilot manufacturing line here has the potential to build a few tens of aircraft per year. So this is just a first step of a really exciting journey. Another piece that we're announcing today is that President and CEO of Toyota North America, Ted Ogawa, is joining the Joby board. And this is Toyota joined as our largest external investor in 2019, and they've been continuing to lean in. We've got Toyota team members both working shoulder to shoulder with our team here in California, as well as team members in Japan from Toyota's flying mobility team that are really leaning into this new sector. Toyota North America produced 1.7 million cars last year, and generated more than $100 billion in revenue. It is just amazing to have Ogawa-san joining our board, and he's actually here in Marina with us today for our rollout of this aircraft.
Outline the curve for me of this production line. We're calling it a pilot line. When does it become sort of serial production? Saleable units beyond your existing deal with the military, which we'll get to in a moment.
Yeah, so we are working with states across the country to put support packages together, and we're going to be selecting a site for our phase one manufacturing, which will give us the capacity to build hundreds of aircraft per year in the next few months. And so that will mark a really important step as we scale. But even before we can go into volume production, we need certification with the FAA. And yesterday we had 80 members from both the DOT, the DOE, the NASA, and the FAA that came to visit us here in Marina to see the progress that we're making on our manufacturing facility, and also they're really leaning in. 2 weeks ago, I was with global regulators in Cologne, Germany, with the EASA, with the FAA, with folks from the JCAB in Japan, and the CA in the UK, regulators from around the world that are really leaning in on this new technology.
JoeBen, every time an executive like you comes on the show, I go to Twitter and I say, JoeBen's coming on the show. What would you ask? And lots of people have a very reasonable question. For the average Twitter user, when will they be able to get into a Joby aircraft that has nothing to do with the military, that kind of meets your goals of a broader flying taxi service?
So our target is to launch our commercial service here in the US in 2025. We have an amazing partnership with the team at Delta Airlines, and that recently I've had the opportunity to go to JFK, LaGuardia, and LAX, where Delta has invested more than $10 billion in terminals, to look with the Delta team at where we're going to site the takeoff and landing locations for these aircraft to deliver the really spectacular customer experience that we want to deliver to Delta customers, where you can step off of your Joby air taxi and onto your Delta flight as seamlessly as possible.
Yes. JoeBen, the stock's up 40%. What do you make of that?
The stocks go up, stocks go down. What the team here at Joby is laser focused on is doing what we do best, which is delivering. That's exactly what we're doing today. We are rolling our first aircraft off the manufacturing line. We've got the certificate of airworthiness from the FAA to begin flight testing this aircraft, and we're super excited about taking this aircraft to Edwards Air Force Base in California to begin testing with the DoD. And that is a just spectacular opportunity for us to begin building the operational muscle and begin moving goods and people around military air bases before we have our FAA certification.
So the deliveries to the military, the Air Force starting in 2024, a lot of questions I get for you are about business model. You think about New York City as an example, you can take a helicopter ride for around $200. How are you going to price a service in the future? How do you get competitive with basically what already exists, which is a helicopter with a pilot?
Yeah, so our goal is to actually be competitive with the cost of ground transportation, but to deliver you to your destination multiple times faster, 5 times faster, and with a dramatically better experience. Being able to see these beautiful cities like New York from the air is an amazing way to start your day.